the Drone Champions League, the World Championship for professional drone racing teams. I'm Matt Andrews and welcome to Race Day 6. There are 10 teams looking to be the champions, not just of Split 2, but also of the World Championship in 2023. 2 matches for you today, starting with the China Dragons, who are flying with Creator Gamer, Kryson, Clone Number 1, and Ion FPV. Team who are having their best season ever. They're going to be taking on SDT Perpetuumcoin from Spain, who are bringing Silvio, Danube, Sea Sky, and Blessed. SDT also having a really good season. Currently, they're in 5th. XBlades drone racing team hailing out of the UK are fighting with Shane, YAYOU, Sali1, and Star 23467. That's a terrifying team to go up against. Their opponents are Haven Airborne, who so far have been unable to get a roster ready to fly on any race day until now. They're bringing at last Schmeland, Peterson, Aid, and Bratton. After the 5 race days in Split 2, XBlades are on 5 wins out of 5. Their opponents Haven, obviously, haven't scored any points yet. China Dragons and SDT a little bit closer. And both of these matches will be in 3 races each. 2 pilots from each team racing each other, then another 2v2, and then all 4 from each team battle in the DCL Big Heat. You will get 4 points in a race for winning it, then 3, 2, and 1. And in the Big Heat, those are the only points available as well. And after all those races are done, the winning team will get 3 points towards the season leaderboard, 1 point if it's a draw. Nobody wants to come away with nothing. The track is a big challenge around a familiar location, Liechtenstein, the home of the DCL, and around Vaduz, its capital. That's the Torval Gate in front of the government building, which we've flown around in real life, and this is the Parliament building. We're going to go over it, under and around that crane, swing around this rooftop through this ring, and then we start to go and visit the close, narrow buildings of Vaduz. Under this bridge, past a tree and the safe route under that hurdle, and then we go over the rooftops towards Liechtenstein Castle through 2 block trade gates, under a hurdle here and there, and start again. It's a short lap. So let's go racing. The first race between China Dragons and SDT Perpetuumcoin will feature Kryson and Ion against Silvio and Blessed. So off we go. All 4 drones within a 1/10 of a second of each other out of the block. A little bit wider for Blessed. He's already lost a few more tenths now. We're on board with Kryson, who's in 3rd. That's his teammate Ion just in front of him in orange. And now they're both in front of the 2 green pilots from SDT. Still very close though, early in lap number 1, and it's short, tight laps. There's Silvio just moving alongside and past Kryson over the rooftops, giving Kryson something to think about. He's swinging quite wildly, he's rolling a long way to the sides, and in fact Silvio has managed to go smoother and quicker and get to the front, and he's getting away. There's already nearly 2 tenths and more between him and Kryson. Silvio is getting out of here. On Ion's view, as he charges behind Silvio with Kryson in front of him too. Oh, Ion, I like that! Between the pillars of the building, what, Ion? After such an amazing route, he lost all view of where he needed to go, and that went very wrong for him. So he's now down in 4th place behind Blessed. This could be a very strong start for SDT Perpetuumcoin, as you're going to get 4 points, remember, for that win. They're going to get 2 for Blessed if it carries on like this. Kryson is between both of them. Let's see if he follows what Ion just did. No, he's played it a little safer around there. Here comes the 2 block trade gates, then they're swinging crazily as they find their way down between the buildings onto lap number 4. Kryson, 0.8 of a second behind that green drone that he can see, which is Silvio still. Oh, I like that roll. Oh, Kryson putting some flair into this, but he's doing it to be quick, not just to show off. This isn't freestyling, this is racing. And Silvio still in front of Kryson by 0.75 of a second. Here's his view. Now you see that is bold and brave. Invert flying, but it's smooth and it's keeping him well ahead of Kryson now. The gap hasn't got any bigger, but it's not getting any smaller, unlike the lap count, which has got very little to go now. Through the ring, Kryson trying to do something about this lead from Silvio. He doesn't need to be too worried about Blessed, as he's 2 seconds and more behind him, so 2nd looks safe for Kryson, but he wants that win, and that's now going to mess it all up. Maybe it's not so safe after all. Well, Blessed has lost a lot more time, so Kryson is going to be solidly in 2nd, you would think. Ion, sadly, the other China Dragons teammate, is down in 4th. Silvio has got this threaded nicely. Look at him. He's got 3 seconds clear of everybody. No hesitation, no course correction. This is beautiful, smooth curves and under the building in that extra tight way to get a little bit more speed. Little adjustment there before the 2nd of the block trade gates, but 3.5 seconds ahead of this drone for Kryson. Amazing.
Bueno.
Nice.
Ah, tío.
That's going to give China Dragons something to think about, as Silvio went past them smoothly and stayed there throughout. Here he is behind the two China Dragons drones at the start when they were all so close to each other. And then he was around second or third, and Ion was flying cleanly out in front. His dive here, though, was just too confident. Unfortunately, that took him out, and there's Kryson clipping a wall and then the tree. But he was never really gaining on Silvio, even without those mistakes, as Silvio was flying so well. Look at that, what a finish. So now we'll see their teammates, Creator Gamer and Clone Number 1 against Danube and Seasky. Super tight start, even closer than the 4 drones were at the start of heat number 1. Creator Gamer pre-turning. Oh, too much of a pre-turn. Oh no, and the rooftops. Oh, Creator's lost a second from the lead, is down in 4th place. Clone Number 1 in 3rd, moving up alongside Seasky and just occasionally nudging into 2nd, but Danube with a 10th and more, just ahead of all of them, out in front. There he is, just ahead of Clone Number 1. Seasky just swinging on the side of the picture as well. Seasky with a better turn there at the start of lap number 2, gets ahead of his teammate Danube. This is a good showing from SDT, Perpetuumcoin. This really has been a solid season, both in Split 1 earlier in 2023 and now so far in Split 2. China Dragons, though, have had a much better run of it, seeing them 2nd in the leaderboard prior to these races today. Creator Gamer swinging wildly. He's managed to catch up and move into 3rd place and up into 2nd as well, as Danube has let him by, but just moves across there. Tries to get on the inside of him, but swings out wider on the turn, so Danube stays down in 3rd. And Creator Gamer's got him again, though, in front. Now it's Danube in 2nd, and here's the chase, just making it around there. There wasn't leaving much room for clearance, and everybody's now starting to try and find that tunnel underneath between the pillars, and Danube is giving this everything he can. Oh, Danube! On the start of lap number 4, just past the halfway point of the race. He's now 1.5 seconds behind. Creator Gamer finds himself in 2nd, and that's his teammate Kryson. And there are no green drones anywhere in their vision now.
1 second.
Ducking under the bridge. We going through the building? Yes, we are. Between those pillars, expect to see that get better and better as we go along. There's the 2 block tray gates, and there's a big invert for some pilots after that, as they want to go down as fast as possible. And rather than letting the drone descend via gravity, you invert it and pull yourselves towards the danger, just to get a little bit more speed where you can. It's definitely working, as both of these pilots are 3 seconds ahead of Danube, and Seasky almost 3 seconds behind him. This looks like a clean 1-2 now for China Dragons. They've still got another lap to do, and as we've seen, it does still look a little bit untidy for Clone Number 1 and Creator Gamer, so gotta make sure you get it round. With 3 seconds between them and Danube, it would have to be a pretty big mess up for either of these pilots to get caught by Danube. If he can catch one, he may well catch both, as they're so close together. Under the building, through that gap, into the tunnel. 1 and 2 block tray gates to go. And it's a 1-2 for China Dragons. Except where's Creator Gamer going?
What is that pilot delay? Oh my god! Creator, dude!
Walla, ¿de qué, tío?
So Kryson, who wasn't racing, told Creator Gamer he had another lap to go, and then realised, no, wait, you need to get back to the finish gate. He still managed to get 2nd, but it was very, very close to SDT getting an extra point there. It was a clumsy, bouncy start for Creator Gamer, which looked like he wasn't going to feature anywhere near the top of the points. Seasky was behind and pretty much didn't feature in any of the close action throughout. That's him turning before the pilot and then coming back for it. His teammate Danube was pushing hard. At the halfway point, he was really gaining on him, but he just clips here. Recovers from that quite slowly and awkwardly, and also this pylon got him later, which meant he was too far behind. And let's take a look at that finish for Creator Gamer as he starts another lap. He ends up just 600ths of a second ahead of that green drone. Now it's the DCL big heat time. All 8 pilots racing, still only 4 points for a win, then 3, 2 and 1. 11 points to 9 for China Dragons over SDT. So SDT have a chance here, but the way China Dragons have been flying compared to some of the SDT pilots, you would think that the orange team have got this track a little more dialed in. Take a look at Kryson. He ducks under the bridge now. Is he going to cut through? No, he goes the long way round, which is why he suddenly sees everybody, and maybe that's why he bumps the side of the tunnel. Oh, and the block tray gates. Yeah, he's been put off his rhythm completely. Kryson is down in 8th. 1.8 seconds behind the leader, and that's Silvio with Danube, this guy in 2nd place. Ion chasing them, then Creator and Clone Number 1. It's all a bit mixed up, this race. Danube under the bridge. Silvio, 0.3 of a second ahead of him. Creator Gamer looming just around the back of Silvio. We might well see him just nudge in front as they're alongside each other. We go on to lap number 3 and Silvio is going to fall down the timing board there. So now it's China Dragons in first, third and fourth. Danube in second. He needs his teammates to come into those scoring positions in the top 4. Danube can't do it all by himself. He's in second. He's fighting for first. He goes through to the tunnel. He's gone too wide as well, a bit like Chryson did earlier. That sends him way down. So he's now the slowest pilot for SDT. It's Creator Gamer and Clone number 1 at the top. Chryson is 3.5 seconds behind, down in 7th. So it doesn't look like we're going to get a sweep of all top 4 positions for China Dragons. But they're in first, second and fourth. And Sea Sky, can he be the one to cause more of an upset and get another point here and there? But with it being 11 points to 9 for China Dragons, he can't do it all by himself. He needs Silvio to get into the fight, and Silvio is trying, and Silvio's passed Ion and moved into 4th. Now he swings around the pylon on the start of the 5th lap. He's just hanging on to 3rd place now as Ion's gone a little bit slower backwards. Every time one of the SDT pilots seems to move up into the top 4, another one has a problem and slips a little further behind. They can't get into those big scoring positions, which Creator Gamer and Clone number 1 are in now, and there's only this one more lap to go. Silvio still in 3rd, gaining on Clone number 1 and Creator Gamer as best he can, but Sea Sky has got a little bit further behind in 5th, Blessed is 6th, Danube is 8th. Silvio doing everything he can and is now lost some more time after he's hit the ring. He may not be caught by Ion, but that's for 3rd and 4th. Clone number 1 is now our leader over Creator Gamer, and as long as they get the number of laps right, it's a 1-2.
Let's go. Let's go.
GG, guys.
Yes, GG. Clone number 1, steadily in the race throughout, ends up being the first one home, and Creator Gamer has a bigger, more relaxed smile on his face after that finish. Chryson got really put off by all those drones suddenly zipping in front of him. Silvio here on lap number 3. He got a little bit caught out on that earlier on in the racing. Here's Danube following Creator Gamer. That was the best chance that SDT had to get to the lead. And then onto the rooftops. Yeah, aside from a few little standout bits of inspiration for SDT here and there, that track really just never flowed for them like it did for China Dragons. So China Dragons get the win that they wanted and the 3 points that come with it. 19 points to 11. Silvio and Bless putting up the best of the fight early on for SDT. Let's go to our second match of the day, featuring the current leaders, XBlades Racing, and the team bottom on the leaderboard, Haven Airborne. What can Smeeland and Peterson do against Sally 1 and Shane? Sally 1 for the misses the turn and has gone inside it again. Sally 1 through the 2 DCL gates and then completely missed the pylon turn twice. That's a big surprise. Shane currently out in front for XBlades. Is he going to dive through the inside of the building? No, he's nowhere close. In fact, what is that? Oh my, Shane! Just when you think you've seen people fly a tight gap, he has found a route that we have not seen before. Shane gets away from Smeeland, and then Sally 1 is in 3rd. Shane, I want to see this again. Ooh, that was an early pre-turn. That got very close. Right, here we go. Dive under the bridge. Not going through the building because he wants to take a route through there. Oh, Shane, that is just so crazy. That puts him into 3rd. What a brave and maybe slightly too dangerous thing to do. He was out in front. We've already seen people making a great job of going between the building legs. He could have just done that, and instead, that was just an impossibly narrow gap. But he did it the first time, not the second. But if he can make it work again, he could definitely move up and try and catch Smeeland, who's in 2nd. What's Sally 1 going to do? He goes between the building legs. What's Shane going to do? Oh my, he's done it again. Oh, it's terrifying, Shane. And yet he's still behind Smeeland. So let's have a look perhaps at what Smeeland's doing, because he's getting a little bit close there. Peterson is too far away at the back, unfortunately. Smeeland would like to just give XBlades something a little more to think about. Shane again. Ooh, is he going to? Oh, that so far is 2 points to Shane and 2 points to the building, as he's got through twice and been caught out twice, and now he's 1 and a bit seconds behind Smeeland. And that brave move of his is just unnecessary when you're out in 1st and 2nd, and you've got Sally 1 comfortably in the lead. Shane may have just gifted a point to Haven there, as he could have just taken a much wider, completely safer route. He didn't even need to go between the legs of the building. Shane. Oh, Shane, you've got to stop trying that now. It's not a sensible tactical decision, and Schmeland is in front of him by 4 seconds now. That's it. Shane has gifted a point to Schmeland by letting him get away from him in second. Well, Shane is in third. Sali 1 is 3.2 seconds ahead of Schmeland. There's his route, pretty clean. The block tray gates 1 and 2. Sali 1 will bring it home for XBlades.
Ja, blev dårligt.
Yeah,
it goes like
for you,
3 or
Shane.
4 times. But I got one.
I think he got more than one, but the building got more than he did. Sali 1 solidly picks up 4 points for XBlades after a dreadful start. Big mistake, just missing a pylon turn. Don't expect that from a pilot's experience as him. Look at that. He's not even taking it with a little bit of tilt. He's going full pitch. It can barely fit. Oh, as you can see there, it did not fit. And that's the restart. Here's Schmeland on his second lap, really fighting for the lead there with Sali 1. That's really close action. Ooh, good work from Schmeland. Yeah, keeping up. Sali 1 wasn't perfect later in the race either. There's just a little catch under the bridge, but his finish is bold. You watch it here on the last lap. He inverts there before he's got over the rooftop. It's about as close to that rooftop as you can do. Star 23467 and YAYOU will now take on Aid and Bratton. Now, we haven't seen a lot of Bratton in the DCL, previously known as Snow Yeti. Aid's been a really good performer for Haven in Split 1 earlier this year, so we'll see how well he can keep up with 2 incredible pilots on the XBlades side of things. He's going to have to be pretty brave, although maybe not Shane brave. Let's see as he goes over the roof. Here's the invert. Got to come down tight now. Ah! He's hit the hurdle. Oh, that's a problem for Haven, as now they're 2.5 seconds behind the pairing from XBlades. And you can't afford to give pilots like YAYOU and Star 23467 any quarter whatsoever. These guys are going to fly very cleanly. As you can see, no real hesitations here at all. It's all nice and smooth. They'll go through what looks like a big gap now after Shane was tackling the other one. That one seems to be enormous in comparison. Look at this. This is really smooth, well dialed in, got it all figured out flying from XBlades, and they've extended their lead by 4 more seconds over the pairing from Haven. Star 23467 following YAYOU around. Doesn't need to do anything dangerous. Take note, Shane. That gap looks so much bigger now compared to what we saw earlier. Now Star comes up to the invert dive, and he's gone a little wide on that turn, and that's caught him. Oh, Star is all in trouble and all over the floor. They have such an enormous lead. I don't think he's going to give up second place to Haven. But wow, he came wide around that final turn, and just before starting lap number 4, hit a lot of things. YAYOU now 1.2 seconds ahead of his teammate. He's not quite as smooth as he was before. Here comes the invert dive. He's too high. He's missed it. He's hit the hurdle. He's hit the wall. Star has now hit a different obstacle, but in the same place as where he went down before, so YAYOU has passed him. XBlades, YAYOU and XBlades Star 23467 have given Haven every opportunity to get back into this race by some careless flying. And yet Haven cannot get anywhere near to take advantage of it. This is one of the scrappiest bits of flying I've seen from these 2 incredible pilots. Can they wrap it up? They've got 2 more laps to go. Haven might get another chance to get near them. Star is finding that end of lap crossover really difficult. He'll be pleased to know that on the 6th lap you don't have to make that turn. You go straight to the finish gate. Now YAYOU leads him under the crane, heads through the ring. Star missed it! What are they doing? XBlades have just not got their focus here at all. Star 23467 missed the ring. YAYOU is wobbling around. That is not a clean bit of flying there at all for XBlades.
Gotta be better next time too.
Yeah, everybody looking a little stunned after that one. Like, yeah, okay, we'll just move on and try and forget that one. So Aid was too close to that hurdle, and that was at a time when he was actually quite close to getting near XBlades. Then restart, then straight down onto the rooftop. We didn't see much of Bratton as he was a long way behind, clipping the ground under the bridge, just too low. Now Star's going to hit the crane, the DCL gate, the sculpture, and the stage. We used to do our real-life races around Liechtenstein from that stage. YAYOU hits the ground there when he's got no need to be anywhere close to and misses that turn after he clipped the hurdle. Star goes under it. This is on lap number 5. Hits the DCL gate and the tree. Didn't get that one on lap 4, but he's got it now. And here's the only thing you're meant to hit. Big heat time. All 8 pilots to race. Who, out of all of them, could make a clean race to the end? This could be carnage, couldn't it? Let's find out. XBlades in light blue against Haven in silver. Everybody fairly close to each other at this stage. Bratton's just gone a little bit wide at the back of things, so he's a little bit behind now. At the moment, it's XBlades in all top 4 scoring positions, and that's dangerous for Haven, as you know that they may just start to stretch throughout this entire race. Oh, Star just can't get it today. This track, Cranium, it's been a real problem for him. He's raced around this location many, many times over the years in all the different tracks we've had. This is a brand new track, as are all the races in Split 2 this year, and in every season we do. And this one, it just isn't suiting him at all, is it? He's down in 5th. The only member of XBlades not scoring. Shane decides he'd like to go dangerous and makes that work. He's aggressively flying here. He's not giving himself much room to manoeuvre. And away he now goes over the rooftops and still only in 2nd. Out in front of him, Sally1 showing, I think, what smooth and clean flying can do for speed, although Shane's just got in front of him now. Shane turns back the other way, goes for the gap. Oh my, he makes it and comes out and sees Sally1 is still in front of him anyway. Sally1 makes a turn, as does Shane. That's better for Sally1 compared to the mistakes he made on the last one, but Shane has now got in front of him by a few thousandths of a second. Over the rooftops. Star has moved up ahead of YAYOU, who's dropped 2 seconds behind them, but that's in 4th. Haven are all out of the picture, down in 5th to 8th. Oh, Shane! It's just too tight. Star gets through the part of the track that he had some issues with just now, and through Torvald to the rooftops, finds himself in 2nd. Sally1 in front of him. Haven are 5 seconds behind, and worse, and even worse than that. It's not a good showing for Haven here. They finally managed to get a roster able to fly on race day. That silver drone is actually Bratton between Star 23467 and Sally1, but he's being lapped as of now. Oh, that's much better for Star. No problems on the lap crossover. Aid still has something to say about it, as he is fighting with Shane for the last point, the 1 point for 4th place. Up in front, Sally1 and Star 23467 are nicely close to each other. Very close, actually, just about 1/100th of a second. I think Star fancies this to try and redeem himself from earlier. Going to try and take Sally1. He's bolder, he's braver, he's got him!
Yeah. Push so hard and then 5 and 6.
16/100ths of a second, that's all it was. Star 23467 gets a little bit extra for his season tally. I think both teams might be pleased to see him back at the Cranium course. Shane will probably still be practicing that. Aid in 4th place there, but really never saw XBlades again from that point. So when we release this track on DCL the game, which you can play on Steam and on PlayStation and Xbox as well, of course, give that gap a go. See if you can make it. XBlades get the win over Haven, as many people would have predicted. It is 23 points to 7. They got all 10 in the big heat. Aid nearly got the 4th place, but not right at the end. Elsewhere on race day 6, Quad Force 1 got an absolutely vital win, as they were down in 8th place out of our 10 teams. Mac 1 put up a good fight against them, though, only losing that 20 points to 10. Cyclone were held to a 17-13 close match by the Wildcard team, which is a brilliant result for them. And Raiden Racing, the 2-time reigning world champions, almost lost to Alpha Brock. So the leaderboard after 6 race days has XBlades on 6 wins from 6 and all of the top 4 unchanged. Quad Force 1 leap from 8th to 5th place, now knocking the DCL wildcard team out of that all-important top 6, and SDT Perpetuumcoin are a little bit in danger. We'll be returning to the USA for a new track called Void when we do race day 7. It'll be a bigger challenge for Quad Force 1 to get even higher up our leaderboard, as they're going to be racing XBlades. I'm Matt Andrews, thank you so much for watching the Drone Champions League. We'll see you, as always, in the skies.